Perdita is looking amazing. She's actually going into shed. And the thing about cow reticulated pythons is the fact that they're born white and then get all these spots. So every time she sheds, she gets more dark spots. So you never know. It's like a constantly ever-changing palette of living art. And guys, don't think that I don't understand that I get a tremendous amount of internet hate. And strangely enough, the majority of the hate comes from the reptile community, which I find very interesting. I could understand some of the hate coming from people that didn't understand reptiles. It's a little bit weird that my own community seems to be the ones that kind of are the people that have the most hatred towards me. And I realize that maybe the reptile community might have a higher scrutiny about the things I do because of their knowledge. I get that. But you also have to understand that the reptile community probably wouldn't be what it would be if it wasn't for the efforts of people like me and some of the other people in the early days. I mean, we helped found the reptile community to what it is today. Now listen, I don't like to go negative, and I don't want this video to be a bunch of complaining, and I want you to understand one thing. The internet hate doesn't bother me anymore. In the past, it did. Now, I don't really care about it, but I do think that it can be dangerous to the future of keeping reptiles. I wonder why this cart is moving on its own. This is really strange. Speedy! Yeah, you gotta always put them to work. And for 26 years, I was basically the golden child of the reptile hobby. I mean, you couldn't find anyone to say anything bad about me. And then, I became popular on the internet.
Both their mouths are open. They're so ready. Come on, Pepper. Come on. Oh, here we go. As long as she don't grab this shirt, because I like this shirt, I think we're gonna get in there. Come here, Pepper. Come here. Yeah, come on, get in there. Here she comes. Kind of. Come on. You got it, man. I kind of like this though. They're like station in their own little spot. Come on. We should get them to do this all the time. I think I'm gonna work at Gatorland part-time next year. Ooh, that was close. God. Oi. Get back here. I'm a professional. Kids, don't try this at home. And that's feeding alligators with Crocky Mikey.
For 8 years of doing Snake Bites TV, my first YouTube channel, people loved it. I mean, the reptile community embraced it. They loved seeing Chewy get bit, our crazy antics, and just kind of the fun that we had. And then, crazily enough, overnight, it went from everyone loving it to all kinds of people hating it. And I understand back in the Snake Bites days where we did some crazy stuff, and I could see where people were kind of like, I don't know if this is the right decision, and we kind of lived and grew from that, right? That was why we kind of got way more educational, especially with the vlog channel, there's no doubt about that. But you have to remember, we have over 2,500 videos on the internet. So when people actually say there's proof that Brian was abusing animals, and they take a 10-second clip of something that was maybe 2 minutes long, you can kind of create any narrative you want, right? So basically, you can take my 2,500 videos and pick out little tiny clips that make things look really bad. Like, take for instance, one of the things that people said was that I wasn't keeping water in with Lucy at one point because I was cleaning her cage. But if you looked at the entire clip, earlier in the clip, there was actually a part of me taking the water out to go clean it, to go put it back in. But the clip that people showed was Lucy's cage without water in it. You know, obviously you can create any narrative you want, and that can definitely be hurtful to the hobby. And again, guys, I can't stress enough the fact that I've learned to live with it, right? It doesn't bother me, the internet hate. I mean, can it be hurtful for people to think someone like me that loves animals so much somehow abuses animals? Of course it can be hurtful, but the truth is that I realize I can't let that bother me because I know that I love these animals and I will do anything for them. As a matter of fact, we've got a 5 out of 5 rating on Facebook and a 4.5 out of 5 on Google. Those are people that have actually been here, right? Those are people that deal with BHB, deal with the Reptarium, have actually met me in person. The fact is the vast majority of the kind of negativity and hatred that comes after me are people that either never been here or never done business with us, and they just assume things, or they see something on the internet that's taken out of context and then they go ahead and attack. You know, that obviously isn't something that bothers me. I always say that when someone says something hateful, it's really more on them than it is on me, and it certainly doesn't affect me. But what we have to remember is that we can't make ourselves the enemy. Myself and my other colleagues that are successful on social media, we're not the enemy, right? We're actually the people that are exposing people and educating people and bringing people into the hobby. The truth is, right now, more than ever, we have to be concerned about the real enemy, because this year alone, there has been more proposed legislation to destroy the reptile hobby than ever. That's where we have to put our focus. Lori, can I ask you what's going on with this box of sheds?
Yeah, perfect, thank you. Just in time.
What do you got going on with that?
I'm just throwing sheds in the box.
For what?
I don't know, you and Jay asked for them, so if they're not gross, I've been throwing them in there. I don't know what you're doing with them.
So for probably the last 4 years, I've been asking you to save sheds.
You're welcome.
And she finally is deciding to. You know what I think when I see this, right?
No.
I think snakesheds.com. Snakesheds.com. Look at this. This is like gold right here. You tell me down in the comments if you wouldn't want to have a snake shed. If you don't have a snake. If you have a snake, you have your own snake sheds. But if you don't have a snake, wouldn't you want a cool snake shed? That's right. Maybe snakesheds.com is coming sooner than you think, because now I got Lori on board.
Not exactly.
Well, at least you're saving them, so hey,
Right.
it's a partial win. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I started Reptile Army, of course, the apparel line that's also donating to USARK. And listen, yes, it's a for-profit thing. I'm not going to lie about that. 10% of the proceeds go to USARK, but the fact is, all of the proceeds I make will go to educating people, right? Whether I put it into the Reptarium or I donate it to other causes, the fact is, I'm not doing it for the money for myself. You guys know that I'm not driving around with Lamborghinis or Rolex watches. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that, but when I make money, all I do is put it back into animals and educating and trying to grow people. Remember, every person that comes into the Reptarium is getting educated about these animals, and it's pretty amazing. So I appreciate if you guys do want to join the Reptile Army. You can go to reptilearmy.com. You can get your apparel, and what I hope is that when people see shirts like this, the Marilyn Monroe gecko, that you can actually start a conversation with someone, because they'll be like, oh, that's a cute shirt. You can be like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I keep reptiles, or oh, I love reptiles, and we as an army can have a movement. That's a big reason why I started it. And again, as it evolves, I hope it becomes more than just an apparel line and really becomes an advocacy group, so we can continue to educate and keep these animals for generations to come. You know, I realize that a lot of people understand that I do crazy thumbnails and titles like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Like, the point is that there are some people that will then use that because it's the lowest common denominator and say that those thumbnails somehow are hurting the industry. Now, I understand that I wish I didn't have to do sensational titles and thumbnails, but the truth is that no legislation is being passed because of titles and thumbnails. I believe that, and it's really simple for some people to really attack myself and my other colleagues that use these kind of more sensational type thumbnails or titles to get people's attention on our thing, and they don't give us the credit for the 10 or 12 or 15-minute video that is really educational about reptiles and bringing people in. Unfortunately, I don't make the rules. I just play by them, right? Unfortunately, whether it's the news or it's YouTube or it's Facebook or it's Instagram, the fact is that things that catch people's attention are what get people to click on the video. It's called click-through rate. And if your click-through rate is small, you're not going to get the attention. And the more people that watch that video and you educate, the more you're bringing into it. So I understand that titles and thumbnails can get under people's craw, and for some reason it bothers some people more than ever. But the truth is, that's how we get people to actually watch the videos so we can bring them into the Reptile Army. You guys, I so apologize that I'm making a video that is kind of on the negative side, as well as a lot of talking. You know, I want to make videos that are just fun, showing animals, doing cool things, but every now and then, you know, I want to talk about this stuff because it concerns me. It concerns me what's happening, not just for me, but for all of the people that are involved and the people that maybe don't want to follow in my footsteps because they see what kind of actions I get, right? I don't want a younger kid to say, I don't want to do that because look at how much hate Brian gets. Again, it doesn't bother me personally. I'm just thinking about the future of the hobby, the future of this platform, the future of everything. We have to be a team. I'm not the enemy. My colleagues with reptiles aren't the enemy. We have to join together as a group because that's the only way that we're going to survive this and continue to keep reptiles for generations to come. It's been quite a while since I've updated you guys on Mango the caiman lizard, and to be honest with you, it was really weird. You know, he's a year old and he's not that big, to be totally honest with you. It seemed like he put all of his energy into regrowing his tail, and he just now is starting to put some size and getting a little bit chunky. Dude, doing really well. You can see super calm. In a way, it kind of worked out well because, of course, we have his enclosure over here that can only keep him till he gets about another 6 inches, and then he has to go into something larger. So in a way, the fact that he took a while to grow actually helped us out. But nevertheless, I wanted to update you. Mango is doing great, and you can see he basically has almost a full tail back. This mossy frog is absolutely adorable. I tell you what, got these a couple weeks back, and that's the thing about the Reptarium, right? Is that this is my dream, you know? I mean, it's like all I've ever wanted to do is work with animals in some way. I've bred animals for most of my life, but the truth is that the zoo and the educational side is what I'm so passionate about. I mean, this is what wakes me up every single morning, knowing that I can look at these amazing animals in these really cool environments, knowing that there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of people every single week that come through that we can educate about reptiles, get them turned into reptile lovers, because every group that comes by, there's always like one really big reptile lover, and then 1 or 2 people that maybe like them a little bit, and then 1 or 2 people that hate reptiles. By the time they leave, they all have an appreciation for reptiles, and that to me is what it's all about. And again, I hate to have these negative topics, but I'm so passionate about the reptile hobby. I'd like to know in the comments what you think about what I've said. You know, am I right? Am I wrong? You know, let me know your thoughts, and let's as a community continue to grow that reptile army so that we can continue to save this hobby for many generations to come. If you like this video, do me a favor, hit this playlist right over here. On this side, you can subscribe to this vlog channel, and I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow.